What we're looking at here is a door at the end of a hallway that isn't perfectly centered, and realistically it isn't centered at all. The door is over to the left and should have been moved over to the right, and this actually creates problems with the trim sometimes. Now this door doesn't look like it's got that problem. However, you can see that the trim on the left in the picture here is right up against the wall. However, on the other side, there's about a 3/4 inch space between the wall and the door trim. So again, I understand what happened here. The framers, decided, heck, we could put two trimmers or a king stud and a trimmer. We got two 2x4s on one side and one on the other side, and that's perfect. We're done here. And maybe they even figured it out before. We are going to have enough room to put the trim on, but we don't want to go through any extra hassles, which realistically in a situation like this, you could get away with putting a 2x4 on each side and then using a 3/4 inch trimmer, if of course it's not a load bearing wall, which I doubt if this is. And of course there are other ways too. You could always run the header into the other two walls and use full trimmers that way too, and get the equal spacing. Again, I don't want to go into the details of how to frame this thing, but the main reason why I made the video is to point out the importance of problems you could run into if your doors aren't centered. It's not just aesthetics I'm talking about. It's not just how it looks. I've ran into problems before where we've needed to rip the trim down. So on one side you've got a full 2-inch trim or 2 1/4, and on the other side it has 1 3/4 inch and it's ripped down and looks like crap. So again, this is what you're going to run into if you don't center a doorway at the end of a hallway.